Sayın Ticaret Müşavirim, kıymetli konuklar, Uludağ Otomotiv Endüstrisi İhracatçı Birlikleri adına hepinizi saygıyla selamlıyorum. İngiltere Dijital Sektörel Ticaret Heyeti programımıza hepiniz hoş geldiniz. Bildiğiniz gibi 2020 yılı başında Çin'de başlayan ve oradan tüm dünyaya yayılan COVID-19 pandemisinden en fazla etkilenen sektörlerin başında bizim endüstrimiz yani otomotiv endüstrisi geliyor. Pandeminin etkilerini özellikle Avrupa ve ülkemiz Mart-Nisan döneminde en yoğun şekilde yaşadı. Otomotiv üretimi ve ticareti bu dönemde durma noktasına geldi. Bununla birlikte Haziran ayında başlayan normalleşme döneminin Eylül ayında tamamlandığını ve olağan üretim sürecine geçildiğini Eylül ayı ihracat rakamlarından görebiliyoruz. Eylül ayında sektörümüz 2,6 milyar dolar ile geçen yılki aylık ortalamanın da üzerinde bir rakama ulaştı. Yılın son çeyreğinde de aylık bazda benzer rakamlara ulaşacağımızı tahmin ediyoruz. Ancak kış aylarına girerken pandemi sürecinin nasıl ilerleyeceği belirsizliğini hala koruyor. Dolayısıyla pandemi halen ülkemizde ülkemizde ve dünyada bir risk faktörü olarak duruyor. OİP olarak pandemi döneminde yurt dışındaki fuar ve heyet etkinliklerimizi iptal etmek zorunda kaldık bildiğiniz gibi. Küresel ticaretin büyük yara aldığı ve tedarik zincirlerinin yeniden şekillendiği bu dönemde Türkiye'nin güvenilir tedarikçi konumunu güçlendirmek için çalışmalarımıza var gücümüzle devam ediyoruz. Bu kapsamda Haziran ayında ilkini Meksika'ya yaptık. Dijital Sektörel Ticaret Heyeti programımızı bu kez İngiltere için gerçekleştiriyoruz. 12-16 Ekim yani bugünden Cuma'ya kadar tarihleri arasında Türkiye İhracatçılar Meclisi ve Ticaret Bakanlığı desteğiyle düzenlediğimiz programımıza 20 firmamız katılım sağlayacak. İngiltere tarafından da 40 firmanın katılım sağlamasını bekliyoruz. Uluslararası ticaretin dijitalleştiği yeni iş modellerinin giderek yaygınlaştığı bu dönemde yeni nesil faaliyetler ile üyelerimizin bu zorlu dönemi atlatmaları ve dünya ticaretinden hak ettikleri konumlarına ulaşmaları için çaba gösteriyoruz. Göstermeye devam edeceğiz. Kıymetli konuklar, değerli katılımcılar, Türkiye'de otomotiv endüstrisi sektör bazında son 14 yılın en büyük ihracatçısı konumunda. Ülkemizin otomotiv ihracatı son 3 yılda ortalama 30 milyar doların üzerinde. 2 milyon adetlik üretim kapasitemiz ve 1,5 milyon adetlik araç üretimiyle dünyada 14. Avrupa Birliği ülkeleri arasında ise 4. büyük motorlu araç üreticisiyiz. Her ne kadar pandemi etkisiyle bu yılda bu rakamlara ulaşamayacak olsak da her şey yolunda gittiği takdirde 2021 yılından itibaren hedefimiz tekrar pandemi öncesindeki rakamlara ulaşmak. Endüstrimiz açısından ihracatımızdan yaklaşık %80 pay alan Avrupa Birliği ülkelerinin önemi yadsınamaz. İngiltere buradaki en önemli pazarlarımızdan. İngiltere'ye yönelik otomotiv ihracatımız ise 2018 yılında 3 milyar dolara ulaşmıştı tüm endüstri olarak. 19 yılında ise ihracat bir miktar düşüşle 2,5 milyar dolar olarak gerçekleşti. İngiltere'ye yönelik ihracatta binek otomobiller ve eşya taşımaya mahsus motorlu taşıtlar ön plana çıktı. Ana sanayinde ağırlığı yoğunluklu. Tedarik endüstrisinde ise İngiltere'ye yönelik 2019 yılında 600 milyon doların üzerinde ihracatımız bulunmakta. Kıymetli konuklar, son olarak Brexit konusuna kısaca değinmek istiyorum. Bilindiği üzere Avrupa Birliği ile Türkiye arasındaki gümrük birliği nedeniyle Türkiye ile İngiltere arasında halihazırda herhangi bir gümrük vergisi bulunmamakta. Avrupa Birliği motorlu araçlar regülasyonlarının her iki ülkede uygulanması nedeniyle de tip onayı sorunu yaşanmaksızın araç ve parçalar serbestçe dolaşabiliyor. Bu durum yıl sonuna kadar bu şekilde devam edecek. Ancak Brexit süreciyle birlikte Birleşik Krallık ile mevcut işbirliğimizin altyapısını oluşturan Gümrük Birliği'nin yapısında meydana gelecek olası değişikliklerin sonucunda bir dizi sorun ortaya çıkacak. Brexit sonrasında ana sanayide ortalama %10, tedarik sanayinde ise %4-5 seviyelerinde gümrük vergileri gündeme gelecek. Bu durum ise otomotiv endüstrimizin maliyet rekabetçiliğini etkileyerek özellikle Birleşik Krallığa ihracatımızda düşüş yaşanmasına sebep olabilir. Bu nedenle Birleşik Krallık ile bir an önce ticaret anlaşması yapılması ve geçiş döneminin sona ereceği 31 Aralık 2020 sonrasında da sıfır gümrük vergisiyle ticaretin sürdürülmesi endüstrimiz açısından büyük önem arz ediyor. Bu konuda Ticaret Bakanlığımızın büyük çaba gösterdiğini biliyoruz. Yıl sonuna kadar olumlu haberler almayı umuyoruz. Tüm bu çabalar neticesinde Brexit sürecinden en az hasarla çıkılacağına, iki ülke sektör temsilcileri arasındaki işbirliğinin daha da güçleneceğine ve karşılıklı ticaretin giderek artacağına yürekten inanmaktayız. İlginiz ve katılımınız için teşekkür ediyoruz. Etkinliğimizin verimli geçmesini diliyor, saygılar sunuyorum.
SMMT Association. She will give us some information about the UK automotive industry. Ms. Ruta, thanks for joining us, and the word is yours.
Thank you very much, and thanks for inviting. I will be using the slides today, and so if when I go through the slides, if I say next, if you could skip to next slide.
Sure, we can do that.
That would be great. Thank you very much. So my name is Ruta Aestorp, and I work as a head of international and SMM events at the SMMT, Society of Motor Manufacturers and Traders, which is the largest automotive body in the UK. We have over 850 members here in the trade association. They all are in different subsectors, so automotive subsectors. So all our members represent OEMs, supply chain, aftermarket, technology, commercial vehicles, and other sort of subsectors within automotive. We have international team who engages with overseas companies, those who want to set up in the UK, whether they want to find their partners or set up distribution or offices in the UK. We have a team who helps to do so. We are active in a range of overseas markets, so we operate with various activities in the markets such as China, USA, Korea, Germany. We actually taken delegation to Turkey a few years ago. We also have been a couple of times to Automechanica Istanbul, where we took a group of automotive aftermarket sector companies, which was very successful. So we are keen to develop and continue working with Turkey. We also have member services department within SMMT, where you are able to apply to become a member. So international companies can also apply to become an SMMT member. Can I have the next slide, please? I'm unable to see the slide. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, so if we move on to the next slide, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. So this slide shows that the UK's automotive industry strength is the diversity. We are very diverse. So we have volume brands, we have premium brands, we have world-leading engineering sector. And these figures that you see on your screen are from 2019, but COVID-19 has disrupted the industry in the United Kingdom. And I think it's similarly across the globe is the same situation. But if you look at the figures from 2019, it's 82 billion UK automotive turnover in 2019. We have 2.3 new cars registered. We have 1 million cars exported in 2019, 1.3 million cars built, 78,000 commercial vehicles, and 2.5 million engines built in the United Kingdom. Can I have the next slide, please? The next, apologies. The next slide talks about COVID-19 and pressures on the automotive businesses. So the government is there's a lot of schemes available out there to cope with the pressure of COVID-19. Government schemes are still in place to protect and offer lifelines to businesses, including there's a job support scheme and there's business loan schemes, which are part of the winter economy plan. Relaxations on COVID lockdown restrictions are in place from June and had been seen consumers we've seen the consumers returning back to showrooms where you sell the cars, and also the factories are restarting production lines as well. Factories reopen now, but the social distancing is still in place, so it's difficult to get back to a full capacity or how it was prior to COVID-19. There is also SMMT's apprenticeship support scheme, which helps apprenticeships with the COVID salary support scheme. So we're keeping the apprenticeships in their jobs to support the automotive sector. There is another scheme that we have is called SMMT launched Safe Harbor scheme to prevent insolvencies and save jobs across the auto sector as it grapples with the devastating effects of the COVID-19. Then the apprenticeship scheme that I was talking about is to prevent the UK automotive manufacturing capability and capacity to prevent the further hollowing out, and there's with at least 14,000 sector jobs that already been lost in the sector. So these schemes should provide breathing space as the sector restarts and business and consumers, the confidence recovers after COVID-19. Can I have a next slide, please? So the next slide is to show you the UK's automotive industry. We cannot deny that COVID-19 has affected manufacturing. The first half of 2020, UK car production was down by 42.8%, and in August 2020 compared to August 2019, the car manufacturing was down by 44.6%. UK commercial vehicle manufacturing was down by 11.5%. So factories have reopened. However, due to social distancing, we are not able to run in a full capacity, and they probably will not be able to make up the lost time that they had during the shutdown while COVID-19 took place with the lockdown. Next slide, please. The next slide explains that in September this year, compared to last year, September 2019, new car registrations were down by 4.4%. However, some good news: the battery electric vehicles and plug-in hybrids those cars grew substantially. So more than one car in 10 registrations. So the cars, it was 184% increase on year to year on a plug-in hybrid. This leads nicely on the government's road to zero. So we are expecting an announcement on bringing forward the date on the end of a cell for conventional petrol and diesel engines in 2030, 2032. So therefore, we need a strategy plan. We need the consumers, consumers should be confident with the technologies that are out there and that they are able to use and operate those technologies. We need a domestic industry for those vehicles as well. Next slide, please. So next slide talks about Brexit. We are leaving the transition phase of our relationship with the EU at the end of this year. We need an ambitious free trade agreement. The UK government has reportedly expressed the support for the automotive industry as the nation's biggest exporter of goods. In 4 days' time, the UK will have a milestone to determine if the deal is viable. So I think this week is crucial for us to see where it takes us. Next slide, please. The next slide, we wanted to show you that SMMT is supporting industry. So there is a lot of help available, and not just for UK automotive companies, but if you are interested in any of getting into UK, perhaps it is good to know what is available for businesses here. Should you think of setting up or talking to your clients? So there are a couple of restart guidance for manufacturing, retail, and aftermarket. So for instance, the retail is a publication of sector-specific guidance which was put together by the National Franchise Dealers Association and SMMT. And this guide is set up to help to ensure that the showrooms and safe spaces for employees and consumers are in place. We also have manufacturing restart guidance. So the best practice advice will help to ensure all automotive production sites are sort of safe space for workers, controlling the risk of transmission and issues as such. And finally, there's one more available on aftermarket. So although all the workshops have been allowed to stay open through the lockdown, and that's helping to keep vehicles so roadworthy for essential journeys during the lockdown, the new guidance will help companies of all types and sizes in aftermarket to operate safely within minimizing the risk of COVID-19 transmission. So these guides all available on the SMMT website, and they are divided by subsector. I already mentioned the Safe Harbor Scheme. So the Safe Harbor Scheme has been created to help any supplier in trouble. So it should provide valuable breathing space as the sector restarts and businesses and consumers, the confidence recovers post-COVID-19. SMMT has launched the Safe Harbor Scheme to prevent insolvencies and save jobs across the automotive sector as it grapples, these devastating effects of the coronavirus. So the schemes help to preserve the UK automotive manufacturing and its capability. These schemes are supported by Automotive Council and the government, and it provides the mechanisms for automotive businesses to engage with the customers, lenders, creditors, and I guess other stakeholders. And the scheme helps you to find ways to minimize the risk of insolvencies. And finally, we have the apprenticeship scheme, so the apprenticeship support program. So the SMMT, and there was a charitable trust fund, launched this apprenticeship support program, which is designed to help safeguard jobs of apprentices currently working in the automotive sector. So we have £100,000 to cover all or part of the salaries of apprentices currently employed by small or medium-sized companies within the UK's automotive industry. But those positions are at risk of redundancy due to COVID-19, related business pressures. There are currently 59,000 young people employed as apprenticeship positions across the sector, and they play, we see that they play a vital role for the future growth of business through the entire automotive supply chain. So investing in skill retention helps to secure the pipeline of those top talented, people for the future, ensuring a line of succession and return on investment for business that have already hired apprentices before the pandemic hit. So the innovation, developing the future generation of experts we think is crucial for the long-term automotive business sector to grow. So these are all available online. I think it's worth having a look, even whether you're still not based in the UK, but it's good to see what help is available here in UK, for post-pandemic times. Next slide, please. The next slide, so this is just to show you the electric vehicle registrations that are on rise, year by year. So as we saw from September 2020 compared to September 2019, electric vehicles are 184% increase on year to year. Next slide, please. This slide is to show you that there are 80 different electric vehicle models on the UK market at the moment. In fact, quite recently, we had a SMMT event called Drive Zero, where we had 55 vehicles for media and consumers to test. So we are putting these events to show the consumers that the technology is out there, it's available, and often people do not realize how many different models we have on the roads or on the market available to buy. Next slide, please. This slide is to show you that sort of the UK plug-in vehicle market expected to continue to rise. So I think these are the only subsector that is still rising year, sort of month by month. Next slide, please. Here is a selection of the British-made electric vehicles in production or being announced. So you see from Nissan, you see the London Electric Vehicle Company, you see BMW Group, Morris Commercial, you see Aston Martin, Lavanda, you see the Jaguar Land Rover, Lotus Cars. So these are all British-made vehicles. Next slide, please. This is to show that sort of one of the key opportunities for investment in the United Kingdom is the Gigafactories, and it looks like that the UK still needs 4 Gigafactories by 2040. So the opportunities are out there, and these hopefully demonstrates that. Next slide, please. So this is just sort of to summarize what is available for SMMT, not just for SMMT members, but if you're interested in automotive sector overseas and here in the UK, there is a lot of help available out there. There is lots of free data as well available on the SMMT website. So you can also have a bespoke data, and SMMT members get a discount. So to give you an example, the production report cost around £2,000, which I think it's around 20,000 Turkish lira, but SMMT members get that data free of charge. So if you overseas company, but would like to join SMMT, you get those reports free of charge. There is international membership, as I mentioned earlier, for companies who are looking to set up or looking for partners in UK, also looking to join up a lot of events that we do for members and non-members, online and physical as well. Also, we have a thing called Automotive Supplier Finder, UK's most comprehensive supplier directory, open to all international companies to sign up as well. So you don't have to be a member to sign up, and it's free to use, but members have priority of listing. And this supplier finder allows suppliers to add and maintain company profile, and buyers can identify and approach suppliers. So if you're looking for particular supplier, let's say, or particular company, please do use that. It's excellent free of charge tool to use. We have various events here in UK, as well as a line of events overseas. So in UK, we have events such as Meet the Buyer. Although we're not sure when physically we are able to hold this event, we're hoping for next summer. But these events at Meet the Buyer are a way to engage for you with OEM based in UK, or tier 1, tier 2 suppliers directly. And if you're a member, you get a priority also to apply for those events. There's also various things like Brexit preparedness program, where you can listen to those actually on the SMMT website free of charge. These are particularly useful for if you are interested in setting up or doing business, extensive business here in UK. We would recommend you strongly to listen on the Brexit programs to familiarize yourself how it all works here in the United Kingdom. So that's it for me for now. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Ms. Ruta, thank you very much for the precious information you've given us. We hope that we will host you again at Automeccanica Istanbul in 2021.
Absolutely.
If COVID-19 permits.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, our delegation's PR partner, Crescendo Worldwide, will give a presentation about the UK aftermarket industry, also some technical data about the B2B meetings, and the Auto Expo Turkey Fairground tour. Mr. Rohan Desvande from Crescendo Worldwide, it's your turn.
Yeah, hello, good afternoon. Merhaba to once and all. I, Rohan Deshpande, Associate Vice President and Head of Research Department at Crescendo Worldwide, welcomes you all once again. First, I would like to thank OIB, Mr. Baran Silik, Mr. Alpay Okturk, and Honorable Commercial Councillor, Mr. Suleiman Besli, for giving us the opportunity to serve OIB member companies again this time in UK market, a beautiful place for investment. Also, I would like to give special thanks to Ms. Ruta from SMMT for joining us today at the webinar and present the UK automotive market for our Turkish companies, which I believe will be helpful for our Turkish companies. Next, I would like to say about Crescendo that it has a very rich experience of working more than 1,000 Turkish companies in past 5 years and supported Turkish business across the world. In this journey, we have worked with many associations like TISAD, OIB, IMIB, TET, and many more. Also, we were former representative of investment in Turkey, ISPAT, under which we were representing them in the Indian market and supported investment in Turkey. Now, I would like to introduce Prasun. Please, Prasun, take it over.
Thank you, Mr. Rohan. Thank you so much. Now, just before we begin with our content, give more glimpses about Turkish companies, what potential they have in UK market. I would first like to show you something what we are planning for a month of December. Now, here is an Auto Expo event, what we are planning in month of December. In this event, we will be giving a platform to Turkish companies so that all global buyers could meet them and they can get an opportunity to focus their products, to connect with potential buyers, connect with global OEM companies, and many more. I would like to start with a very short video which will give you understanding about what this exhibition is. Please. So I believe it was an excellent experience for all you companies to see what we had to offer for Auto Expo. Now, speaking more about this exhibition, first I would like to replace my background visuals and show you what this exhibition is all about. Now, here we have built and constructed a complete virtual city for all the world. This exhibition is not just a part, it is totally a comprehensive thing of virtual exhibition, virtual conferences, and virtual B2B meeting all together in one. Here, all the global buyer companies can come participate in this exhibition where they can meet Turkish companies. Now, the city itself, what you see, it is a complete 360-degree movable area, which also support high-tech virtual realities where companies can use their VR goggles, walk in and around their area, and they will get a feeling that they are inside a real exhibition. Now, as we all know that this COVID pandemic has hit us very hard, and this is why many of the international exhibitions were cancelled in 2020. So this is an alternative what we thought of presenting in association with OIB, where we launched our first automotive virtual exhibition. Now here you will also find an open ground layout area where you can see vehicles, cars, other 3D product model which are being placed in this area. You will find multiple conference rooms. You will find multiple exhibition hall area, what you can see. Companies are being categorized and are being placed in multiple halls as they are in real exhibition. All these skyscrapers, all the river, land, everything is been custom built by us, and it is all 3D models what we have built for you. Now, getting into the what do we have for products. So right now you see a fairground area. Now here the vehicles or the models what you see in front of your eyes, they are the 3D product models. So in the last video, what I showed to you, you must have saw a car which is rotating in 360 direction. Yes, all these product models support 360 directions, where you can virtually click on these products. You can rotate it on your cursor, and then you will find that how these components are moving in and around. You can see what this product is built for. We will have a detailed documents which will give more detail about this product and everything. Now, if we talk about how to get engaged with companies, how to speak with them. Now for that also we have excellent facility where we will allow you to connect with each of the companies, how to convey them, how to speak with them. Now moving on to that, right now you will be entering inside the virtual exhibition area. Now, once we enter this virtual exhibition hall, you see all these booths, virtual booth, what we have built. Now, these all are customized and built as per the requirement of Turkish companies. These booths are very much interactive. So once you are in front of a booth, you will get multiple options like downloading company product profiles. You can have it. You can see multiple products in front of your screen. You can click on that product. You can get a detail about it. There will be option to interact with the personality or the authority from that booth by clicking on multiple panels, which will allow you to have WhatsApp call, to initiate a Skype discussion, to have a live chat with them. So all these support will be provided to them. Every time in this exhibition, you will have a support button which will connect you to us, and we will guide you how you can go in through that. There is also a special feature where every global visitor can come, can see companies, can fix a meeting appointment with companies, which will give a ping to the visitor as well as the exhibitor company. And that is how they can parallelly have their meetings being scheduled. Now, this is how we will be having all the companies, everyone to be forecasting their products, their profile and everything. Now, this is something what we started, given platform to all Turkish companies to come up and to meet global buyers companies. On this exhibition, we are also giving special buyer meetings and connecting you to buyer companies. Now that's it from my side for Auto Expo. Now I would like my colleague, Mr. Rohan Deshpande again to move forward and explain you more about UK automotive market, and then we will speak about B2B meetings. Okay. Yes, Mr. Rohan, please.
Yeah, thank you, Prasun. Thanks for such a nice introduction. I am believing that the whole world is virtual. Yeah.
Now we'll be starting with the presentation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, now let's talk about opportunities for Turkish automotive companies in UK market.
Next slide, please.
Next slide, please. Yeah, we will be going through some points like UK automotive industry, then UK automotive aftermarket, then automotive e-commerce retailing in the UK, UK OEMs, and automotive supply chain structure, then major ports in the UK, trade fairs and exhibitions, associations and chambers, steps to be successful in UK, and last but very important, B2B meeting schedule. After that, question and answers. That's UK automotive industry. At a glance, the turnover is about 100 billion USD in 2019, which accounts for 14.4% of total UK export of goods. There is much investment in R&D, that is 4.4 billion USD in each year, having 2,500 component providers present in UK. 80% of the UK cars are exported worldwide. If you see the UK automotive hubs, from northeast to Scotland, all the hubs are evenly distributed, major of which are occupied by Ford Focus, Vauxhall Astra, Vauxhall Corsa, BM3 series, and Ford Focus. These are the top 10 UK sellers models, starting from Ford Fiesta having volume sold 77,833. After that, Volkswagen Golf, approximately 59,000. Then Ford Focus, 56,619. Then Vauxhall Corsa, 54,239. Followed by Mercedes A-Class, Nissan, and Ford Kuga, Mini, Volkswagen Polo, and Kia Sportage. Then we will speak about the UK automotive aftermarket. The UK's automotive aftermarket stands fourth in Europe and ninth in worldwide. You can see the revenue generation from this aftermarket is USD 28.60 billion, and it is the economic contribution is USD 16.31 billion. There are more than 30 million vehicles serviced in a year and more than 350,000 jobs supported, quite a big industry. Now, the most popular modifications you can see in the UK market, that is satellite navigation system, engine management system, air filters, alloy wheels, then complete body kit, suspension changes, then exhaust changes, parking sensors, LPG conversion. These are some major parts, but under which there are many small components which are having great demand. The UK automotive aftermarket online sale revenues, you can say from 2016 and up to 2022, it is increasing up to $2.15 billion with a CAGR 10.5%. This industry is booming, you know, online e-commerce. This is the booming industry, how the automotive aftermarket can left behind. Yeah, this is in detail from 2012 to 2022. The value changes from $0.72 billion to $2.15 billion. Now, UK aftermarket percent revenue by component split, you can see by component split, tire ranges first 30%, after that brake parts 8%, then batteries 3%, filters 3%, then steering and suspension 2%, followed by other components, which includes number of components such as wiper blades, lighting, powertrain components, and accessories, among others. This is the seller type and estimated compound annual growth rate between 2016 to 2022. For tire e-retailers, it is estimated as 5 to 10%. For auto e-retailers, it is 12 to 15%. For mass e-retailer, 12 to 15%. Traditional participants, which are now going through e-commerce channel, it is estimated as 10 to 12%. Then dealers 5 to 10%, suppliers 5 to 10%, and the average CAGR is calculated as 10.5%. Now, UK stores which buys the parts online. These are some websites which buys the parts, UK parts online. Now, see the glimpse of this, the car accessories, auto detailing care, then tools equipment, then car builds, engine oils, they are all demanding parts in UK automotive aftermarket. This is Buy Car Parts UK. On the same line, Online Car Parts UK, having some components. Then Spare Parts Store 24. See, even the small parts of brakes, filters, ignition systems, suspension, steering, heater, cooling, they are all in demand in aftermarket. Now, B2B online selling process. These are some platforms which gives B2B online selling process. The basic of this is, it is a multiple buyer entire organizational structure, which produces the list of products they want, then automatically codes are detected, then invoice tracking for buyers are there. This whole process is automatic. Then automatic order approval process based on stock and demand is generated. And the biggest benefit is seller can show the product catalog to the buyers. This is the UK automotive supply chains. This process starts from import of ports from port up to pickup from storage warehouse from importer as per EDI's requirement. Now, EDI is electronic data interchange is necessary in Europe and UK. Between this customs bond in the name of importer, then transfer of storage to warehouses, parts call in from distinct customers, then customers bond out, and VAT and duty payment in the name of importer. This is the whole process. If you see the domestic automotive supply chain, this is mainly divided into OEM network and independent aftermarket network. Here the chances of Turkish suppliers are, in suppliers and generic manufacturers, they can supply their parts to buying groups, which can be transferred to the workshops, which are auto portals and fast feeds, system chains, small garages. Also, they can supply parts to online distributors and independent distributors. The intermediaries end customers are insurance companies, automobile clubs, leasing, routing portals. After that, they are transferred to private, business and fleet, business like Ola and Uber and fleet businesses. Next, we will see about UK OEMs. The Aston Martin, the establishment year is 15 January 1913, having brands Aston Martin and Lagonda. Products are luxury cars. Basically, the UK automotive OEMs are seeing Turkey as the supplier base for auto parts and components. As Turkey has a large automotive reputation, right? Turkey is well known for the automotive, right? Then the Bentley, the next OEM, then Jaguar cars, then Lotus cars, Rolls-Royce motor cars, then Land Rover, then McLaren, small beautiful car, and the Mini Marque, my favorite car person. This is my favorite car. I can do anything for this car. Yeah, major UK ports in UK. So major ports are Port of Felixstowe, ports of Immingham, ports of Southampton, ports of London. Why we are showing these ports? Because these ports are well known for auto parts transaction. See, the United Kingdom is well surrounded by sea. Therefore, there are number of ports and number of stations. You can see here, Northeast England, in Humber, in East Anglia, then Bristol Channel, Wales, Northwest England, the port of Garston. The next is value of UK export to Turkey from 2012 to 2019. You can see there is a large amount of increase from 2012 to 2018. We hope there will be a free trade agreement soon in between UK and Turkey. Once the free agreement is done, then this transaction will be more in between two countries. Then UK warehousing. Now see, UK warehousing, these warehousings are supporting structure, but now they are not only the warehousing, but they supply the additional supports. That is, for example, if you can see in UK, that is TVS Supply Chain Solutions. They provide end-to-end supply chain management services, including freight forwarding and last mile supply. Also, they has been offering bespoke vendor managed inventory solutions for over a decade to UK OEMs in the automotive and industrial sectors for the non-EU countries. Yeah, in spite of warehousing, they are providing end-to-end supply chain solutions like consultancy services, product data management, then order management, inventory management, global strategic purchasing, then manufacturing support they are providing, then storage warehousing, transportation services, data analytics, and refurbishment and returns. This is the ready-made auto base of TVS SES. Next is Renus Logistic, is a third-party contract logistic company based in the Midland, United Kingdom, specializing in providing supply chain warehousing and transport services through UK, Ireland, and continental Europe. In the last 2 years, they have made their space very large, up to 90,000 square feet to 440,000 square feet. Here are some services offered by Renus are road freight, air and ocean freight, courier services, express services, hazardous services, automotive, out of gauge and warehousing logistics. On the same line, John Good Logistics. Now the UK import duty. Import prices for products entering in the UK from non-EU states generally consist of cost, insurance, freight and duty with standard VAT of 20% levied on the aggregate value. The duty is payable at the time of goods are imported, but established importer can defer payment for an average 30 days. Shipping duration of 4 to 6 weeks for any full container load or less container load. Here the less container load shipments leads up to 3 pallet cost approximate $1,025 to $1,230. For full container load shipment cost approximate $2,391 to $3,211.7. Both FCL and LCL shipments have a standard total transit duration of 4 to 6 weeks for destinations. The next is trade fairs and exhibitions in the UK. As Ms. Ruta rightly said, Automechanica, Birmingham 2020. Then Commercial Vehicle Show 2021, which is very important as Turkey is the center of excellence for commercial vehicles. Then Eurobus Expo 2020, then Coach and Bus UK 2021, then associations and chambers. Society of Motor Manufacturer and Trader, SMMT, then European Automobile Manufacturer Associations, Automotive Council UK, Vehicle Certification Agency. Now, next steps to be successful in UK. To put your feet in UK, there are some states. First is knowing yourself, that is understanding your manufacturing and infrastructure capabilities. Then product suitability for UK market. Then product approval and certifications required to run your product in UK. Then allocating resources and budget for that. Second is knowing the UK market, understanding price structure in UK, knowing import statistics, then market trends, customer need, competitors, logistic costs, and import duty. In market trends, now Ms. Ruta has already said that the EV, UK has EV capabilities. On the same line, Turkey has EV capabilities thrice, that is from 2017 to 2018. The EV vehicles made by Turkey is thrice in numbers. Next is preparing yourself, defining strategy, roadmap, budget, and resources. Preparing marketing material in English language. Then changes in products as per UK standard, process for applying to government tenders, etc. And the last one is approaching customers. First, identify potential customers, approaching to relevant associations and chambers. Attending trade fairs and conferences where you will know what trend is going on, and using social media for updates, digital lead generation, and physical client meetings, etc. Then possibilities with UK companies. What business possibilities we can have in UK companies? First is finding direct customers with buyer and seller relations. Then second is cooperation with UK-based companies. This cooperation may be in terms of joint manufacturing of products as well as joint distribution. Third is joining hand with UK competitors. That is in terms of joint venture technology tie-ups, then jointly serving OEMs and tier 1 companies. Then setting up own operations. After doing all this, you can set your sales office, warehouse, then manufacturing operations in the UK.